Ladies and gentlemen, it's your main man, Dub Bulloh. Welcome to my show, Turning Music into Money. It's been a while since you heard from me. This is actually my first ever radio show. But check it out. I'm the independent artist, Dub Bulloh. I have over 400,000 spins on Pandora. I was successfully able to work the Black Lives Matter situation to work in my favor, and I was able to get a lot of news coverage. And currently, I am on the cover of Miss Patti LaBelle's new album. It's called Belle Homage, and I'm very excited about that. It's just me and Miss Patti on the cover. I'm on the piano. But enough about me. Let's get into the first 10 principles of getting started in the music business, because the reason why I'm doing this show is because there's a lot of independent artists out here that are lost. They may not know what steps to do. So we're going to get right into it. We got 10 steps, and in the middle of the 10 steps, I'm going to bring on one of my guests, and we're going to get going. So the first step that you want to do if you're getting started in the music business, independent, you want to go grab a book. It's called All You Need to Know About the Music Business. It's written by Donald Passman. You have to have this book. He's actually a lawyer. He's incredible. He's on the 9th edition of it. So it's not just old jargon. He updates it all the time. And you have to have it. It's called All You Need to Know About the Music Business. Get the 9th edition. Not the 8th, not the 7th. Get the 9th edition. Also, if you just don't want to spend the money on buying the book, which you need to do, you need to go on to YouTube and just YouTube Donald Passman. That is DonaldPassman. Independent artist. I hope you have your pen and paper ready. It's going to be a lot of information here. So this is just the first step. Also, you want to YouTube Artist House Music. And they have some great information on this. Some of it is a little outdated. Some of it is not. But that's what I'm here for. It's called Artist House Music. You want to YouTube that. Now, that's your first step. Your first step is just really getting the book, reading, and learning the information. It's a lot of information. The first time you read it, it's going to be a lot of jargon. You're not going to really understand it. Thank you, Miss Wendy. The second step you want to do, you want to sign in with a PRO. A PRO stands for Performance Rights Organization. A performance rights organization is ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. It's other ones, Harry Fox. And you want to sign up with them because that's just like you being at work and you're not signing up with payroll. So if you're not signing up with payroll, I'm pretty sure you know you don't get paid. So artists, it's a pay difference as far as how much you have to pay to sign up, but you need to sign up as a publisher and you need to sign up as a writer under BMI or ASCAP or CSAC. That's two different sides of the business. Publishing and writing is two totally different sides of the business. And a lot of times we as artists get beat on publishing because we don't know any better. So you definitely want to sign up as a publisher and a writer. Also, you want to sign up with Sound Exchange. Sound Exchange is totally free. It's totally free. Now, what's the difference between ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and a Sound Exchange? The difference is ASCAP, they pay you on your public performance when you're out doing shows publicly. And Sound Exchange, they pay you for your digital recording. So when you are getting played on Pandora or Spotify or anything like that, Sound Exchange will actually pay you for that. So you have to actually sign up with these places, because if you don't get paid. So that's very important. We're going to go over all of these things a lot more in detail on other shows, but right now I'm just doing a brief overview of the 10 steps to get started. That was step number 2. Step number 3 is you need to figure out who you want to be as an artist. A lot of artists don't know who they want to be. And in turn, what I mean by that, you want to pick out your artist name. You want to get your content together. And you want to kind of stick to that so you can kind of build an audience. Once you build an audience, then you know what you're dealing with. So you actually have to figure out who you are as an artist. And that's an ongoing process that never stops. You're going to continue to do that. Okay, we're going to jump right into step 4. Step 4 is purchasing the track from your producer. I'm not talking about leasing the track to where you have to still go back in and make negotiations with the producer. Do it now while the producer and you are just on the ground level so you can pay very low. So get an exclusive deal done with the producer. You want to have a contract set up. I also set up contracts or music agreements for that. Also, or do a split sheet. But you still need to do a laid out agreement between you and the producer or whoever else is on the song stating who gets what percentage. So everything is clear. So there's no going to court about anything because everything is all kind of mapped out and laid out. So purchase your track after you figure out who you are and everything like that. After that, we want to get into the number 5 step, and we're going to take a break on the number 5 step. And then after that, we're going to go into my my special guest. The number 5 step is actually the art of songwriting. It's actually an art to songwriting. You actually have to know how to do it. It's a craft. I will bring my good friend Tasha Couture on the show, and she will be able to explain the art of songwriting. She's wrote for, let's see, some of Future stuff, some on Jeezy. I'm not really name dropping, but I'm just telling the truth. Just look up Tasha Couture. That's my good friend. We have a song called Nightlife. But listen, it's an art to writing a song that's kind of leaving nowadays. And we want to bring it back. And the independent artists, the game is wide open for us right now. So if we just pay attention to what's happening out here and write songs that really mean something to the artists, to the fan base, they won't mind spending money. So we're going to take a break right now because that's the first 5 steps, and we'll get into the next 5 steps. But right now, what I want to do is I actually have the pleasure of having a world-class mime, M-I-M-E, on the line. And not only is he a world-class mime that performs all over the country, I want to congratulate him on his shoe deal. He has a shoe deal with Hover Kicks, and it's a mime, doesn't say anything. And he's actually getting into the music business. So let's bring on right now Mr. Dwayne Terry, a.k.a. One Purpose Mime. One Purpose Mime, how you doing, my brother? I'm doing great, man. Great to have you on the show. It's an absolute pleasure, my brother. Well, I'm glad to have you. I'm definitely glad to have you. Now, what I want to ask you, man, I understand that you are introducing to the world mime music. Am I correct? Okay, now let me ask you, is that a genre of music that you're introducing to the world? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got you. So, the criteria for my music.
So really, it's a simple criteria. It's something we're gonna have a different beats per minute, and that's how you'll really be able to tell that it's my music. We haven't really locked in that beats per minute yet,
Mm-hmm.
but once you hear that beat, and you hear those words of inspiration coming throughout the track on top of bars,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll know it's my music.
Got you. Now, we know you're a world-class mime, but what actually brought you to the music business?
So what happened was, man, when you do videos and stuff online, man, sometimes you run into copyright infringement. I say opportunities where you're dancing to a specific song and you might not have the copyrights for it. And so I just got tired of it, and I said, you know what, man, now is the time to go ahead and create some music myself
Mm-hmm.
that I can actually dance to and move to myself without running into the concerns of trying to get approval to do the songs. And so the brand started really growing, man. And I just didn't want to run into that, throughout the journey. And so that's how my music stemmed about is, man, I could put my own words on top of it, grab artists that I'm interested in collabing with, and we can make some music together.
Totally.
I can dance to it as well.
Totally understand. Now, let me ask you, what was the hardest thing about learning about the music business? Because I do understand you learned this thing from scratch, correct?
I did learn from scratch, man. The toughest thing right now for my learning the music business was about the percentages. Because at first, when I first, before knowing anything, I thought that the actual artist got more the percentage of a song than the actual producer. And so I was totally green, man. I'm thinking the whole time that the person that's rapping on top of the track is to make more music, make more money than the actual person that produced the song.
So with the independent game, you would say it's not a get rich quick thing. It's a you have to put the time in, correct?
Yeah. See, the thing about it, man, I see the music business like investing, bro. And when you invest your money, true investors don't look for immediate return on their money. But it's about planting that seed, and when you plant a seed, man, it grows over time, and that's what the music business is, man. Is you plant that seed, and you might have a song that just fly off the rip, but then you might have a song that you got to just kind of work. You got to work that song, man. You got to work it, and then over time it'll grow, and you'll start seeing your capital grow. Exactly.
What is your actual role in the music business? What actual role do you play?
Executive producer.
Okay, and the executive producer does?
So what I do, man, with my music is I go find a song, a track that I like, right? And I go purchase the track, and then I find an artist that I feel can help relay a message on the track. Okay. And then I invest. Okay. I go ahead and invest in the overall song and the artist. Then we can produce some music, man. I buy the track. I own the track. I own the rights to it. I own everything about that track. And I see it from start to finish.
So are you looking for artists to invest in?
Oh, of course. I'm always looking for artists to invest in. That's the only way mine, because I'm not a rapper. But I can bring words of inspiration and encouragement, but I need somebody with some hot bars that I can invest in so we can keep going to my music.
Got you. Now, do you actually have any music coming up?
Yeah, of course, me and myself, me and you just dropped Pick Up the Phone. That's been out for a minute now, and that's currently on Pandora. I think we're at 20,000 spins on Pandora. And myself and Jamin Sly Smooth, we're working on a project right now called Soul Cry. And that's gonna be a real big hit, man. And that we're actually going into the studio next weekend to record with Tasha Couture. So that's what we're working on. Soul Cry is the next project.
Perfect. Well, One Purpose, I really want to bring you back because I know you have a lot to talk about, but I want to know, how can the people find you? I want to know, how can the people get at you if they want to submit their music to you?
Man, it's easy, man. Just you can Google me. Just put in the number one Purpose Mind, M-I-M-E. That's on all social media platforms. The number one Purpose Mind, M-I-M-E, and you can go to onepurposemind.com.
Well, One Purpose, we thank you so much for being on Turning Music into Money. We definitely will have you on the show when Soul Cry gets ready to come out, and we'll talk about the details of the marketing strategy and all that good stuff.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, Doug. Congratulations, man, on your first show.
Thank you, my brother. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to kick it back into the 10 principles of starting in the music business. I had a question on Instagram, and A guy asked me about Mr. Ray Keller. He asked me about a producer. When I'm talking about a producer, I'm talking about producers that actually know what they're doing, producing. They actually are aware of the music business, not people that just make a track. I don't even deal with those people that just make a track because they don't know the business. I want to deal with somebody who knows the business of it. So if they know the business, they actually know how to produce. They actually know the sounds and all that good stuff. But we will talk even more about that. But let's get back into the 10 principles. After we left off at songwriting, and like I said, I want to bring my good friend Tasha Couture back in on that if we can for an interview. Anyway, number 6 is you want to record the music. You want to record with a top-notch engineer. That's my good friend Tasha Couture. She's my engineer, and she does it all. You want to get a mix done. Preferably, the person who records your music is not the same person who mixes your music. Because you want a different ear on that. And then mastering, I normally get that done on the internet between Sage Audio, and I also heard of a new spot. Well, it's not really new, but it's new to me. It's Landr, Landr. They're cheaper than Sage Audio, but if your mix is really jamming, then you don't really have to worry too much about master. That much, because all they're really doing is turning up your volumes, but your mix got to be out the world. Has to be out this world, but you have to get it done correctly. After you get all of that done, which was a process, you're going to spend some money. That's what you need to spend your money on. You want to go into your copyright. After you get it copyright, you go to the U.S. Library of Congress to get it copyright over the internet. Then you want to register your song. Back in step number 2, we talked about a PRO, Performance Rights Organization. That's where you can register your song with one of them. It's totally different. We'll get all into this way more deeper. After that, you want to email BDS. BDS, you can type in BDS, how to submit my music to BDS. They keep track of your spins. They have to give you an email address. They have to do all of that for you, and they will email you back with your confirmation. Okay, that's all step number 6. Step number 7, you want to start building business relationships. Get out here, start shaking hands, kissing babies, and build a team. Because you can't do it alone, independent artists. You can't do it alone. You have to have more than one person. So all this information I'm giving you, if you want to share it with a guy who can manage you or anything like that, please do, because it's a lot for artists to do. Trust me, I do it all the time. I know it's a lot of work to do. So basically, you want to start building your team. You're going to need a cameraman. You're going to need all kind of stuff. But right now, you can just invest in a phone. Basically, that is step number 7. And step number 7, it concludes with exhausting free. Everything you can do for free, you should do it. Anything you can do for free. Facebook, Instagram, all this stuff is free. Wear it out. And that's the end of step number 7. Step number 8, you want to find your audience. Go out and do these shows. Find who likes you. Find who wants to deal with you. Then you want to find radio. Craigslist is a great place to find radio. That's how I found this radio station that I'm actually on now. I had no interest in doing radio. Radio came to me. Blogs. You want to find blogs all before you put out your music, so you know where it's going, and you want to get the word kind of stirring up about your music before it's even out. And you want to start building content. Already have content stored up. Have it stored up. Just don't just try to come out with your music and think somebody's just going to click it on SoundCloud. So store up the information on your phone, and don't do these pay-to-play things. Don't pay to perform anywhere. You don't have to do that. Do not pay to play. Don't do it, because you don't have to. We're supposed to be getting paid. So turning music into money. So we're going to put the money in the correct spots. Now, you can actually, on step number 8, you can shoot your music video if you kind of have the concept and everything together. If not, you can hold off on that. Step 9, you want to start putting together your marketing strategy. Your marketing strategy should consist of, what are you going to do? T-shirts, let's see, giveaways, video release parties, single release, anything like that. Then you want to go ahead after that. You want to get incorporated, get your business incorporated. From there, you can start setting up photo shoots. Once you set up your photo shoots, then you go into your EPK. It's an electronic press kit. That's pretty much just subscribing to if you're trying to attract a record label, or if you're trying to just let people know like a bio about yourself. Let them get the electronic press kit together, so that kind of gives them the information on you. The last and final step, you're ready to sell your music. Okay, you sell your music through TuneCore or CD Baby. I'm telling you, we're going to go through all of this in detail on more and more shows. I'll be here every week, every Saturday. So, 6:30. You can sell your music through TuneCore or CD Baby. We'll talk about the difference and what's the difference. It's also way more other places where you can sell your music at. That's just one of the two of the many places that you can now distribute your music. You don't need a distribution deal. This is your distribution deal. TuneCore, CD Baby, and other places. Then you want to get into merchandising. If you go and do these shows, you need to have merchandise. Some kind of merchandise. You need to figure out what kind of merchandise you will have. And then now it's time to come out with your music video. Have your music video. Stop putting music out and not having a music video. You have to have it. It sells the product. It gets the people involved. Let's bring music back. Listen, artists, I don't want you to miss any of these steps. Respect the small steps. Respect everything that I just told you, because all of it pays off. All of it matters. And we're going to show you how to leverage everything. Listen, and then on top of that, after you ready to sell your music, then you should submit your music to all these places that you can't submit it to until it has a release date. So that's what you should do. Let's run it over this thing one more time before I get off this thing, because my time is just about up. The first step, you need to get the book, All You Need to Know About the Music Business. Second step, sign up with a performance rights organization, which is ASCAP BMI. Third step, who you want to be as an artist. Figure that out. Number 4, you want to buy the track from the producer. Get your contract, get you some split sheets, get it together. We'll go over all of this. Step number 5 is songwriting. Step number 6 is recording, mixing, mastering, copyright, registering your music, and BDS. Step number 7 is building business relationships and building a team. Step number 8 is find your audience, find radio, blogs, build your content, and don't you pay to play. Step number 9 is the marketing strategy. Get incorporated, photo shoot in the EPK. And step number 10 is sell your music with your music video and having your merchandise. My show and my time has come to an end, but don't worry. I'll be back next Saturday, 6:30. Who knows what I'll talk about? But today, it's over. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Your boy Dub Bulloh is out. Listen to my outro. Peace!